In today's video, we will be looking at the new spaceship that China revealed to beat SpaceX. In 2017, SpaceX unveiled a prototype of a completely reusable two-stage Super Heavy rocket. And now, a video of a totally reusable two-stage Super Heavy rocket has been released by China. Is China copying SpaceX? Will it beat SpaceX? You'll find out in a second. It's no surprise that China applauds and closely monitors what SpaceX has accomplished thus far. China, which, together with the United States, the European Union, Japan, and India, is a prominent player in the global space race, and has several ambitious plans that plainly intend to expand into at least other nations. However, in the face of a challenging circumstance, China appears to be making an attempt to align the achievements of Western nations in the cosmos individually. While several are working on the concept, China will construct an inch-by-inch rocket comparable to the SpaceX Starship design from 4 years ago. SpaceX is a privately held American aerospace company located in California. Elon Musk, the wealthy entrepreneur who established SpaceX, still owns 54% of the corporation and controls 78% of the voting power. It was formed in 2002 to develop low-cost rockets that would allow for the colonization of Mars. The firm also wanted to lower the cost of space transportation. The company has acquired chiefly a reputation as a pioneering rocket company since its inception. It became the first private firm to send an object into orbit in 2008 when it launched the first privately funded liquid propellant rocket into orbit around Earth. Over the course of its existence, the business has expanded substantially from 160 people in November 2005 to about 7,000 as of November 2019. SpaceX had over 100 launches in its manifest in March 2018. The space authorities of China used China's 6th National Space Day on April 2021 to reveal the name of China's first Mars rover, Zhurong, that is scheduled to arrive on the Red Planet in May. The China Academy of Launch Vehicle Technology, which is China's largest state-owned rocket manufacturer, also had a display at the show that highlighted the possibility for suborbital point-to-point transportation. This is a concept in which a vehicle takes off from Earth, travels through suborbital space, and lands halfway around the planet in about an hour. The promotional video, which was shot and published on Weibo in China, depicts two potential plans for attaining suborbital passenger flights in the next 2 decades. The video is noteworthy since the initial design looks very similar to SpaceX's Starship spacecraft. It depicts a gigantic vehicle that can take off and land vertically. The idea is striking not just for its similarity to Starship in appearance, but the vehicle's exterior is shining, comparable to Starship's stainless steel construction, and the first and second stages are likewise seamless. SpaceX has designed a point-to-point idea for Starship, which has primarily been marketed as a spacecraft to send humans to Mars and the Moon. This Earth-to-Earth idea was initially revealed by SpaceX in September 2017. A video from the time touted a suborbital flight duration of about 39 minutes from New York City to Shanghai aboard Starship, as well as the capacity to travel anywhere on Earth in less than an hour. In the Chinese video, the second point-to-point design featured a horizontal takeoff, horizontal landing spacecraft that employed an electromagnetic catapult. Both of these technologies are part of China's intentions to build worldwide point-to-point transportation by 2045, which was previously stated. Chinese business will send freight around the world through the suborbital flight by 2035 and people by 2045, according to the country's long-term plans. China plans to build the Long March 8 rocket to land on a sea base like the Falcon 9 booster, while Chinese semi-private companies like Link Space and Galactic Energy appear to be copying SpaceX launch technology. It's unclear whether China will construct a Starship-like interplanetary transport vehicle. For the time being, China wants to create the Long March 9 rocket, a more traditional super heavy lifter, as well as a triple-core booster similar to SpaceX's Falcon Heavy rocket. The Falcon 9 is a reusable two-stage rocket invented and manufactured by SpaceX for the safe and reliable delivery of people and goods into and beyond Earth's orbit. The Falcon 9 is the world's first reusable orbital rocket. Reusability enables SpaceX to refly the rocket's most expensive components, lowering the cost of space travel. By a factor of 2, Falcon Heavy is the most powerful operational rocket in the world. Falcon Heavy can lift roughly 64 metric tons or 141,000 kilograms into orbit, which is more than twice as much as the next closest operational rocket, the Delta IV Heavy. Falcon Heavy comprises of 3 Falcon 9 engine cores, each of which has 27 Merlin engines that provide more than 5 million pounds of thrust during takeoff, equivalent to over 18 747 airplanes. The Chinese spaceship, once operational, could transport passengers from London to New York in less than half an hour. According to analysts, the space tourism business, which is currently valued at over 300 billion pounds, will be worth over 600 billion pounds by 2030. If you have reached this far in the video, we would like to thank you. You can extend your support by subscribing to the channel. Comment down below, "I subbed," for your chance to be entered in our monthly shout-out giveaway. It's no secret that the United States and China disagree on a variety of issues. But who'd have guessed that their never-ending feud would persist even 400 kilometers away from Earth? In recent years, as the rivalry between both countries has progressed to the space frontier, disagreements have erupted over topics that are not of this world. It was recently revealed that China's space station came dangerously near to colliding with Elon Musk's SpaceX satellites, not once, but twice. Given the vastness of outer space, you'd assume there'd be a minimal probability of traffic. However, most artificial satellites circle our planet in a low Earth orbit, within 2,000 kilometers of the surface, posing a risk of collision with the operational and dysfunctional satellites as well as space debris. Beijing filed a complaint with the United Nations Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space in December 2021. According to the report, Tiangong, China's new space station, had to take precautions to avoid colliding with 2 Starlink satellites, one in July and the other in October. And according to sources, China did not hold back in criticizing the United States' reckless and dangerous behavior in space. The strategy of movement of the satellite involved in the October accident was unknown, according to Beijing, and the space station had to be maneuvered to preserve in-orbit personnel safety and survival. The incident posed a threat to the lives of our health of astronauts aboard the Chinese space station, according to the message to the UN Secretary General, which requested that the above-mentioned information be disseminated to all state signatories to the Outer Space Treaty. Starlink satellites, according to Musk's SpaceX, are equipped with an autonomous orbit-changing technology to avoid collisions. The potential of system failure or control mistake, however, may be too great to overlook given the large number of satellites involved. And as seen by recent events, the risk of a satellite being launched into the route of the Tiangong or the International Space Station and crashing with them exists. For the time being, SpaceX has remained silent in response to China's accusations. However, the issue has generated outrage on China's Weibo microblogging network, which one user calling Starlink satellites simply a pile of space junk. Another user referred to Starlink as a rogue project, and many other negative comments about the Starlink internet project. The frequent near encounters of SpaceX spacecraft with China's space station, according to experts, may prompt the international community to amend the Outer Space Treaty. China emphasized the need for governments to take international accountability for their private firms' national actions in space. China is working towards becoming a dominating space power by taking inspiration from not only NASA, but also top American private aerospace companies like SpaceX. What do you think about China's new spaceship? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.